Okay, so I'm just gonna get this off my chest before I go to therapy and just go ballistic. But as many as you know, if you've listened to my previous podcast, then you know I live at home with my mother and my uncle. My dad died during my senior year in high school, or my stepfather, but still, he's my dad to me because he's the only real father I had. Anyway, um, I live at home with my mom. You know I'm 20 years old, and you know that I went to community college for a short period of time. Now, also, if you've listened, you know that I really just went to college because people told me that was what I needed to do to be ready for a career or such. And the reason I went to community college is because I felt like I couldn't leave my mom on her own, I wanted someone here that would help her, that if I found out that if Mark could take care of her, then I would go off to university, but obviously Mark can't because Mark doesn't do what he's supposed to do. He doesn't want to be the man in the house. Anyway, and if you've also been listening, it's pretty obvious that I have some issues with my mother, and we fight quite a bit. Like, we fight all the time. And also, I just want to say thank you real quick because I have 30-something followers right now, and that's awesome. It went up from yesterday, so I'm really happy. But, yeah. And the thing is, you also know I have a disability, so my mom's trying to do what she can to make sure I'm able to live on my own. So anyway, what brought this on was the fact that I'm living with my mother at 20 years old. She's acting like I'm 30-something and living at home. It's not like I want to be here. If I could move out, I would. But I can't because I'm not allowed to get a job and I suck at school. So if I can move out the house, I would have already been done did it. I would not be living here with two people I cannot stand. And also the fact of the matter is I share a bathroom with my mother. Now, this does not sound unusual. We have two bathrooms, but one has a tub that's broken. But I don't like that tub anyway because regardless of how short I am, and I'm actually very short, my legs are really long. So sitting in a tub like that is really uncomfortable for me. And so even if she fixed the tub, I wouldn't use it. My uncle uses it for showers, but I wouldn't use it to take a bath nor a shower because I would always get my hair wet. And I don't have patience for that, so... And my mom's like, as soon as we get that bathroom fixed, you're going to use it. And I'm like, no. She's like, if you don't like it, you can move out. And I'm sitting here saying, if I could move out, do you think I would live here right now? No. Because I cannot stand your ass, And then people want to get all upset with me because they think I'm being disrespectful to my mother. My mother does not listen to a damn thing I say. Because if she did, we wouldn't continuously have the same damn fights every day. Now, she complains about sharing a bathroom with me, but when we were back at that old house, she had her own bathroom. She had a bathroom that she shared with her husband, but no, she didn't use it. She shared my bathroom. The bathroom that was modified especially for me. No one else. Me. But she used my bathroom. And then if I complained about it, I got yelled at. But now that we're living in this house and she's got her own bathroom, she wants to complain about me sharing her bathroom. And I can't do anything about it. And, I think that is just rude and disrespectful, considering we had the same issue at the other house. Yet, if I complained, I got yelled at. But if if she complains, she's okay, because she's mom. I can't stand those double standards between child and parent. And you wonder why you fight with your kids every 5 minutes. It's because you give them that double standard of the things they can't do that you can do. Sometimes it's okay. Certain things like smoking and drinking, I get that. But sharing a goddamn bathroom? Really? Really? You gotta be kidding me. You have just got to. I mean, smoking and drinking, that crazy stuff, I get that only adults can do it. That's okay. But sharing a goddamn bathroom? Really? Really? And so, basically, the point is, living with your mom at 20 years old is not fun. Living with my mom at 20-something years old is like living with my mom at 30. She told me I had to stay home and go to community college. She didn't want me to go to university at first. At first she was like, once you get out of high school, I'm packing your bags and you're going off to university. And then towards the end of my senior year, she gets the nerve to come up to me and say, you're going to community college and you're going to stay home and go to community college. And then she wants to complain about it when I do exactly that. If you think if I could get out of the house, I would stay here. No, I'm 20 years old. I want to be out hanging with people who don't look at me weird and, friends and having a boyfriend and possibly getting married soon, that kind of stuff. I don't want to be 20 years old living at home with my mama. But I am. And she wants to complain about it. So, if my mother ever listens to this, fuck you. Fuck you. Because, my life is shit. And I don't give a damn anymore. It's just, living at home when you're 20 years old and you're living with your mom, it's not fun and it's not okay. Especially when you're always worried about her and then she wants to call you selfish. My mom calls me selfish every day. She says I only think about myself. And I'm sitting up here like, you don't know me well enough to call me selfish. Because if you did, you would not be the pain in the ass that you are. And yes, my mother is a pain in the ass. And she calls it being a mother. I call it being a jackass. Because the shit she gets away with that I couldn't even hope to get away with is fucked up. It's all about, oh, your mom struggled and sacrificed for you. That was then. This is now. I'm not 5 years old anymore. I'm not 8. I'm not 12. I'm not even 18. I'm 20 years old, and I demand you treat me like it. She treats me like a little kid. A lot of people don't want to call me an adult. And I may be a big baby about some stuff, but that's okay. I don't know any adult that isn't a big baby about some stuff. And I'm trying to get my anger under control. People act like I'm not trying. If I could, I'd be snapping at everybody about every little thing. And it would not be pretty. I would be cracking people over the head. It would not just be yelling and screaming. Believe me, if I let my anger reign me, I would have killed somebody by now. And so, yes, I think it's rude the way my mother treats me. And I think it's disturbing because she does not listen to me. And then she complains that I don't listen to her. I listen. She just doesn't make any sense. My mom is quite possibly the most confusing person I've ever met. I don't even get that frustrated when I talk to Sky. My mom is like the pinnacle of my pissed offness. I fear that once I leave the house, I'm never coming back. Literally, I'm not coming back to this family at all. I will get the fuck out of town and stay out. I would never come back. And that's just how I feel. And so I want to fix everything I can fix now while I'm still here, because once I'm gone, that's it. I'm not coming home. I'm not coming home for the holidays. I'm not going to see anybody I know from my family, because I feel like my family does not listen to me, nor do they appreciate me at all. And so once I leave, I know that I'm the type of person that's not gonna come home, running home to mama. I'll probably be living on the street, crying my eyes out every night before I even go home to my mother. I'm just that kind of stubborn person, and I get it from her. You know, she be acting like I don't get most of my personality traits from her. I get them exactly from her. She want to put it off on everybody else, but I'm just like her, and she don't even realize it. You know, I was always that kind of person that really cared about the family. You know, I was the only one that really cared about the family. I was the only one that was always there in the holidays. And I worried about people not coming back and people not caring about everybody. It felt like during the holidays, nobody was really there. I was the only one really concerned. The whole family was falling apart. And nobody even noticed but me. So yes, living at home with my mother at 20 is not something I want to do. It's something I have to do. And she's sitting up like living at home with my mother is a fucking choice. It's not. I either live at home with my mother or I go live in a group home. And I'm sorry, but a group home to me, especially if you listen to my podcast called Group Homes, is a nursing home for young adults. I don't give a damn what kind of name you give it. That's all it is. That is literally all it is. Families that cannot handle their kids anymore put their kids in group homes. It's a fucking nursing home. A fucking nursing home. That's all it is. Stop trying to sugarcoat it. Just trying to cover it up like it's something that's gonna help. It is a fucking nursing home. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't give it some special name. It is a goddamn nursing home. That is all it is, and that is all it would ever be. And I will be damned if I go to a group home. You know, I'm that kind of I have that kind of disability that is not yet, it's not necessarily a disability, but I'm different enough not to be a normal child. You know? But I'm normal enough that I don't really fit in with the disabled spectrum. And I get people calling me mentally retarded all the time. Stop calling people retarded. Stop that. Just stop that. Because retardation and mental retardation is a literal medical condition. Some people actually are mentally retarded. And if you call a mentally retarded person, mentally retarded or retarded, they wouldn't give a damn. It's not an insult. Because it's exactly what they are. Where do you people come up with this slang? You know? And then they're always talking about, you know, bringing boys home. I will never bring a boy home. Ever. All my relationships have been online for a reason. I will be damned if I ever bring my boyfriend home. I will meet him outside at his car. He will not set foot in my house. My family is freaking crazy. I will be damned. If I am embarrassed of my family, I will not do something like that. Which I am. I am very embarrassed of my family and frustrated with my family. You know. And it's like they don't even care. They don't listen. Nobody really understands me, and I know that sounds like a cliche, but literally, nobody understands me. It seems like everything I say is wrong. Everything I do is wrong. I can never do or say anything right. And, that may be a normal growing pain, but it's still frustrating as hell. Oh. Another thing me and my mother fight about. What's hard? I don't give a fuck. For a cheerleader who has to work and go to school at the same time to support her family, that is possibly the hardest thing that she has to go through in her life. Or you can be that person that has no home, has no family, and is still struggling to make it to school every day, and that's the hardest thing in your life. Nobody's hard is harder than another person's hard. And I heard this yesterday when I was watching a video about a gay comedian, and she was talking about how kids were always, asking if she was a boy or girl. And then she was talking about closets. And she said, no one's hard is harder than another person's hard. Everything is just hard. And it's true. I don't give a shit if my mom left home at 15 and she had to go live with her friends and everything was hard and she nearly got raped. That's hard. And I sympathize with you. I get it. I understand. I understand that was hard for you and I sympathize with you. But I didn't experience that. I can't say that is harder than what I'm going through right now because I didn't experience that. That's not how I was raised and that's not my life. So I can't say that your heart is easier than my heart because to me, anything I go through right now is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And I'm struggling with it and I'm drowning in it. And when I say that, I mean it. Your life may have been terrible, but it's not the life I lived. It's not my life. So I cannot say that it's harder than my life. Because who knows, you may have been better equipped to deal with what you had going on in your life than what I'm better equipped to do in my life. Everybody's life is harder than the next. The level of hard is relative to the person. Now, this is one thing that she didn't say. She didn't say hard was relative. In fact, she said that hard was not relative. Hard is relative to that person. Like, getting A's and B's was not really hard for my mother, even though her life sucked. My life sucks too. But it is harder for me to get A's and B's in class than it was for her. Even though her life seems like she had it the worser hand than mine. You can't tell me what's hard and what's really difficult because you're not me. You don't feel what I feel. You don't think what I think. You don't see what I see. And you don't hear what I hear. You're not me and I'm not you and I'm not going to pretend to be. And I'm not going to try and I'm not going to try and understand it. And I'm not going to try and say I understand how you feel because I don't. You have to tell me. I can't understand how you feel. I can't understand how you think. I can't understand how hard something is for you because I'm not experiencing it myself. But I can listen. And I can sit down and I can help you figure things out for you. But I can't give you advice because it may or may not work. Go away. Go away! Close the door. I'm busy.
Mom tell you have a doctor's appointment?
Yes, I'm busy right now.
We gotta go soon.
Okay.
It's at 5:30.
Oh my god. Now I have to delete it.